pursue the death penalty in this case. How would it be a setback to efforts to fight, in particular, to start racial disparity in capital punishment?
Well, let's be very clear about what capital punishment is and does in this country. Essentially, what the Department of Justice would be doing is saying, we will open the floodgates to more Black people being put on death row because we put one white person there. That's not the outcome that produces justice or saves lives in our community. You know, we are half, Black people are almost half of those people sitting on death row. And since 1973, 170 people.
What the fuck do that got to do with the price of tea in China? Oh my God, I want to smack her.
To demonstrate their innocence, were actually taken off of death row. Think about that, Jonathan. Think about that. So what we're saying isn't that we shouldn't hold people accountable. And obviously we have a lot more work to do to prevent hate and hate crimes. We've been working with the Department of Justice on that. But putting more Black people on death row would be the floodgates the department would open if they took a position to remove their own moratorium.
Like they gonna do less death rows on Black people because of this white motherfucker getting death row.
It doesn't stop prosecutors from seeking the death penalty. So how has that moratorium helped address racial discrimination and wrongful convictions in the system?
Well, let's be clear. This alone is not the fix to the racial bias in the criminal justice system. We have a lot more to do on prosecutors who actually disproportionately go heavy and hard against Black people who are accused of crime, much more so than big people who are white. But the point here is we have to start by recognizing.
Excuse this dresser, I was going to paint it white.
Also recognizing that while an eye for an eye, emotionally, I completely understand we have to provide victim support services. We have to make sure people are held accountable for hate crimes. We've asked for that. But there's a lot more that we have to do to make sure the system itself doesn't treat Black people as guilty because they're Black. And that's exactly what happens right now.
You know, during the campaign,
you had it on your earlier segment with so many deep problems. What I will say is that we, as the Leadership Conference, and look, we represent and are a coalition of 230 organizations.
Damn,
we are Jews and Gentiles. We are Muslims and Sikhs. We are union. We are planning.
Okay, people. Good morning. Did y'all hear that? How the civil rights leaders, they don't want the guy who killed all of those people in the Buffalo Top shooting to get the death penalty, because they're saying that's gonna open the floodgates for them to start killing more Black people. I think it's apples and oranges. They should push for that George Floyd Act where police don't have automatic immunity. It doesn't have anything to do with a white person killing a Black person and Black people keep begging for those people to live. I remember I saw, on one of those shows that's like Forensic Files or whatever, where a Black man got dragged by the back of a pickup truck by white people. It was a racial act. And they was going to get the death penalty or whatever. And the guy's family begged for those white people to not get the death penalty and to let the white people know they forgave him. Well, them, it was a lady too, I think, that they had forgiven them, which is crazy. And did y'all also see where, that governor, he passed a law where if you're at a certain distance and you're recording the police, you could go to jail for that. So it's a way for them to be able to still beat Black people, and you can't record it because you're going to go to jail. What are they trying to hide? This is why I believe in separation. I really do.
Wasn't Umar recording last night?
Yeah, he was recording last night. They was looking through Umar's trunk like a couple of weeks ago. I think they was looking for the missing school. But yeah, they just trying to do all types of stuff, and these black people just acting so weak. This is why I'm adamant about people fighting back. Like, I don't believe in passivity. I hate it because I see a lot of our black people doing that when it comes to white people or others. And I think that, like, as far as the civil rights leaders, they suck. They soft. It's always these same old motherfuckers. Black Caucus, all of them gotta go. They've been in office and been around like all of our lives. So they just need to go. Look at another lesbian show. Look, why? No, that's a whole lady. That lady is a gentleman. All right, people. I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a good morning. Bye. Okay, here comes an article. Your right to film the police is under attack. Republicans in several states have introduced legislation and in some cases passed it that could ultimately punish people for recording the police. A resident of Gary, Indiana spent 2 days in jail after fighting a viral video of a local cop arresting a woman at a gas station in 2020. But just weeks later, prosecutors dropped the charges of resisting law enforcement against him, and the officer who arrested him was suspended, investigated, and eventually fired. This is not the thing I'm looking for. Hold on. Okay, Arizona's governor has signed a law that restricts how the public can video police at a time where there's growing pressure across the U.S. for greater law enforcement transparency. Arizona governor signed a law that limits filming police. Let's see. Arizona's governor has signed a law that restricts how the public can video police at a time when there's growing pressure across the U.S. for greater law enforcement transparency. Civil rights and media group opposed the measure that Governor Doug Ducey signed on Thursday. The law makes it illegal in Arizona to knowingly video police officers 8 feet, 2.5 meters or closer without an officer's permission. Someone on private property with the owner's consent can also be ordered to stop recording if a police officer finds they are interfering or the area is not safe. The penalty is a misdemeanor that would likely incur a fine without jail time. There needs to be a law that protects officers from people who either have poor judgment or sinister motives, said Republican Representative John Kavanaugh, the bill's sponsor. I bet you Tariq won't talk about that. He won't talk about anything that the Republicans do.
What do you say? The cops with sinister motives.
Yeah, but yeah. It's like I don't like states' laws because to me that's how slavery happened. To me, having states' laws is, they can infringe upon voting rights, the rights of a woman to choose what to do with her body. Because y'all know I'm a liberal, so I am pro-choice. I believe that it's a woman's body. It's not anybody else's business. It's